Hi, this is a quick video just to explain more in detail what I expect my expectations are for discussion boards. And specifically, I'll use the supply demand discussion board that is due on week 3. And so when you go to week 3, you will find the supply demand, you will find the assignments, and also you'll find the videos and readings. In the readings, you will find this SD, means supply demand document. It's a PDF. Okay. When you go to assignments and you go to supply demand, the discussion board, and you find the prompt says to use the document called SD in the videos and readings. Okay, so that's your template. There is also a lot of stuff on the book. The book has devoted a lot of time in supply demand analysis. Okay, and remember here it says you have to use words and graph, and you want to find an article that describe a change in price for a good or service. So it could be for any market. You could think about the price of gas, the price of toilet paper, the price of whatever, anything, right? It could be a service, or the price of haircuts, whatever. And so you have to find an article and then you have to discuss it, okay, using the supply demand model. So you find an article and you discuss it. Use the template supply demand that is in there. The template is this one. So the template talks about tequila prices, okay? So, and this, it's a good template because it tells you exactly how to do supply demand analysis. So you start with the equilibrium, as you have seen in the book, and then you will find what changes the supply demand, because if the price changes, something is happening that forces the price to change. Is either a change in demand or a change in supply, and so, or both, if more than one thing change. And then you analyze the changes and you find out what the outcome is. Okay, so you can read it through, but the article is this one. The article is not too long and is about change that was 25 years ago almost, but it doesn't matter. The point is, there was a big surge in the price of tequila. And the article states two reasons why tequila price changed. One is people like more tequila. So demand for tequila increased because there is a change in preferences of consumers. On the other hand, there was an illness in the plant, agave plant, that is used to make tequila, and that caused a decrease in supply because there was this fungus that killed a lot of plants. So the way you have to do this, you analyze the changes and you figure out what the result is, right? So you start with the supply demand. This is the initial graph. And at the end, you will have everything in one graph. This document shows you step by step, but you want everything in one graph. And so you have here the initial supply demand. A couple of you, some people put only this graph. This graph is not enough. You need to show the changes that end up causing the price change that you want to analyze. So in the example, first change that analyzes demand, there is a re-education of the palate, meaning people want more demand, more tequila. So what happens? Demand increases, demand goes from D1 to D2. What is the effect of this? An increase in price. And usually there's more produced because the signal for producer is make more, the price is higher, everything else remaining the same, right? That's the first effect. The second effect is a change in supply. So there is the fungus. As soon as people want this thing, fungus hits, and then supply decreases. This also pushes the price up because now there is, there's initial, if you look at the initial price here, there is a shortage, demand is higher than the new supply, and so price is pushed up. What does it mean? Both changes push the price up, but one pushes the quantity up, one pushes the quantity down. And so what happens, and that's the graph that you should have in your analysis, is assuming there are two changes. If there's only one change, then you use one of the other two graphs, depending if the change is supply or demand. But if there are two changes, that's what you find in the end. And in this case, you will have an increase in demand from D1 to D2, decrease in supply from S1 to S2. Both push the price up. So you have a final price that is higher than the initial price. And then the quantity here is shown to be a bit higher, but that we don't know because we don't know the size of changes. The article only talks about the big increase in price. Okay, so you have to explain these steps. You want to explain, the article says there was a change in preference of consumers, so demand went up, as shown in the change from demand 1 to demand 2. Then the fungus, so supply decreased from S1 to S2. The consequence is price going up. and the price going up. And so that's what we have seen in the market. And then there is also a last word that you can enter something like this or not, an analysis of what happens in the future. Obviously, if the prices are higher, the signal for growers is plant more agave. And so you would expect more farmers to plant agave in Mexico, but because it takes a long time, and that's something you can research. Like, don't just stick to the little thing that you are doing. The discussion boards are worth a lot of points because I want you to spend time on them and think about them. The applications is what matters for understanding economics. Just learning the graphs doesn't help you much if you don't know how to apply them. So in this case, you want to think more longer term. Farming takes a long time. It's a risky business. And so you have this increase in demand and in price. And so producer will say, yeah, I'll plant more plants. But it takes a long time to grow agave plants, 7 to 10 years, it says that. So what happens in 7 to 10 years? All these farmers are planting agave. There will be an increase in the amount of agave planted and grown. And so maybe you can expect a big decrease in price. All this new agave, when this new agave will hit the market, there will be an increase in supply of tequila, and maybe the price will go down. That's actually what happened if you do a research on the price. But that's how you do a supply-demand analysis. And for future reference, when you have future discussion boards, you will have future projects. You have to spend the time in this project. Some projects, the final projects, are worth a lot of points. The reason is you need to learn how to apply this stuff. Okay, so this is all introduction. Remember how to do it. There's way more ahead, so you have time, to think about future work. So that's it for now, and let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.